As a critic, it's always challenging to write about Aster's stuff because, like, yeah, Hereditary is a horror movie. Yeah, Midsommar is a horror movie, but also, so I'm curious how you guys describe Beau is Afraid.
Originally, I called it the Jewish Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I am so sorry for what your daddy passed down to you. But I wanted a child, the greatest gift of my life.
You know, it's an epic tale of guilt and codependency, the story of my life. You know, and then, of course, Ari's been calling it the Jewish Lord of the Rings, so.
Welcome back.
I hit you with my car.
What?
I know.
It is hard to describe because he sort of invents his own genre with this one because there are many things going on. It's like someone, you know, your spouse or your partner, you get up in the morning and over coffee they say, oh, I had a nightmare last night and this is what happened. And then it's this movie, they tell you.
But it's interesting.
But
the movie's interesting. Other people's dreams are never that.
But, you know, it's a surreal, nightmarish horror comedy.
What was your awareness of Aster's work before you signed on to the movie?
Oh my God. I saw Hereditary on an airplane and freaked out and loved it so much. And then when I got home, I watched it again. And I just loved it.
I was aware of his work, but I did not know his work firsthand. I mean, I knew of Hereditary and Midsommar, but I'm really afraid of horror movies, so I never watched it until this came about. And then I sat down and was, you know, properly impressed and blown away. I mean, he's an incredible storyteller, and I knew I wanted to work with him on this.
I kept hearing about Hereditary. I remember when it came out and the reviews were pretty extraordinary, and that this writer-director had taken the kind of the psychological thriller to a whole other level. And then I also watched Midsommar, what he refers to as his big comedy. So his romantic comedy.
Romantic comedy.
that's also sort of a warning. And then, of course, we met by Zoom, and he couldn't have been sweeter or smarter or funnier, and you just think, wow, I really would love to work with this man.
There's something so, like, when someone can capture something so scary and that you don't feel has been captured before, like Kubrick did with The Shining. Yeah, I don't know how he does it. It's magic, but he can do it. He's the real deal.